So I think we have to talk about FNATIC for a little bit, because this is one of the biggest surprises for me this major, and obviously not a good one. It's a team that barely qualified for the major and went 0-3. Let's look at their results at the major. So you can see that the results, they played 3 teams. They lost all 3 games. 2 opening best of ones. You have an opening match against Wildcard. Obviously Wildcard are having a kind of nuts period right now, and they're playing super well both at the RMR and now at the major. They barely lost that game. Then they drew Cloud9, which I think ultimately in 0-1 pool, it was one of the better teams you can draw. So in a way that they're pretty strong. So tough luck for FNATIC, but in 0-2 matchup you get Rare Atom, which probably a lot of teams, I mean a lot of players, they had them as 0-3 pick. They were definitely dark horse of the tournament, I would say, that they will just not go far, and yet they still managed to win this game. In 5 maps that FNATIC played this major, they won only 1, and these are the teams that they played against. So it's a little bit concerning. I want to take a look at an actual demos in this video, and we will start with this best of 1 from Wildcard. There are a couple of things that we will be focusing on. I have not seen this game fully, so it will be just me observing and kind of like trying to figure out what went wrong, because this is not the FNATIC that any one of us expected to come into the China. Okay, so we start on this Mirage game. Obviously we've seen how the game will go, but I'm actually wondering how it will evolve as we go. So the final scoreline is kind of irrelevant for me right now. Main focus for FNATIC, obviously we can't focus on every single thing, otherwise we would spend hours on this demo. So main focus for me is definitely going to be BlameF, Mattis, and Nok, because these players are generally probably the most impactful ones. Obviously Nok as an oper, then BlameF as kind of their best rated player / star player, and then Mattis playing in the really impactful positions. So a lot of the gameplay is going to be on them, and I don't want to like avoid Bodhi as an in-game leader, because he definitely needs to have a lot of say in how things will go, but we're not focusing on that, at least for now. So we have a B hit coming from Wildcard in the pistol round. BlameF playing nicely in the smoke, 2 taps. Okay, so this is generally what you will see a lot if you've ever called a FNATIC game. The raw aggressiveness of BlameF, especially, you know, against low buys and ecos like this one. He is putting himself in really forward positions. This is just a signature move at this point, everyone knows about it. And yeah, he's cleaning it up. Mattis doing a swing from short. Frame's getting caught off guard. This falls apart pretty rapidly. Okay, we have a smoke spam coming from Sus, and then Stanislaw actually hit a really nice timing on 2 players on short. There was one guy with a nade in the hand, and then the other guy got immediately deleted, so everything kind of fell apart the worst possible way for FNATIC, and leaves Nog and Bodhi in unwinnable situation. You see how they wanted to utilize these MP9s to play extremities and maybe kind of like block the rush or block the push. See, this is something that I generally don't like coming from Nog, in my opinion, is that you're kind of in a 3v3 situation, and it feels like he's opting to go for a more passive approach and hold BlameF's flank instead of like this is highly unlikely that someone will go through here, and even if, I think BlameF was just jiggling between B and this, and Nog from a really good position of ticket, if he, like, let's say takes a peek to connector and gets a shot off, it will basically enable Body to get a freebie when it comes to flank. But since no one is spotted on A side and Nok taking that step back and hold CT spawn just for himself, Body will get mollied right now. He can't play. He will even burn. Actually, that forces a play out of him. You should be lucky with getting that one kill. It's just because Fuzi was a little bit out of position and he had no cover, so Body just took the swing. We have a clutch 2v2. Missed shot, and BlameF is not even attempting to go for these kind of retakes. This is pretty kind of like common occurrence, I would say, where BlameF is sometimes in the positions where it's not necessarily favoring him. It's like 40-60 position or 30-70. I'm not saying that this was the one, but sometimes he's in these positions and he decides to, you know, not go for it. He's like, it's not worth the risk. We gave up mid completely. Feels like if BlameF is not the one fighting for mid and other team is just going to kind of join him, he never is the one that is still looking for some kind of place, you know, like breaking window smoke or trying to get flash peeked from connector smoke. It's like a little bit different approach from what you would usually see, and everyone is also thinking that BlameF is like this huge lurker. He is definitely not an anchor on CT side, and he's not really lurking on T side either. He's playing like control positions, but he's playing them very, very passively. Now BlameF decides to maybe make a play, but he's fortifying this B side, which is essentially a good call. But he left window open, and Stanislaw was actually boosted up and he was trailing BlameF all the time. But if there's someone who is actually looking at their back a lot, it's BlameF. So I think he might be actually ready for this, and he is. And this was very, very solid round. Again, BlameF was reading the situation well and was being aware of the flank. I swear, it's really, really hard to flank or out-lurk the master of lurk. It feels very rare that BlameF is ever a first contact on site. He's always either in rotation or he's like the second guy that gets contact that is usually swinging off of his teammate. Sometimes not even that, as we saw in the last round. Now he's kind of forced to be the first contact because he's literally alone on the side, but... Alright, decides to make a move. I think there was enough information that it is B. I think the bomb was spotted towards short as well. 10 seconds left. That was insane shot from Nok. Okay, he's going for a lot of these no scopes. I saw at least 3 this game, but that was not shot because if he didn't hit that one on the backside guy on this one, I think that 2v2 suddenly becomes very, very winnable for Wildcard. Hits a shot on Sonic. Tries to go for these pre-fires through the cracks of jungle and stairs. It's always pretty good, even if it's smoke. There's just possibility of a free headshot. And then after plant from Sandwich with the dualies. They know where the last guy is, so... Okay. We have a variety of mid takes here. This is, by the way, all hurt. You can see how laser focused are there on short only. Everything's here heard here from Crims. And with the opening from Maltese and Blame. Okay. Like, the bomb is in really, really awkward spot right now. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, kind of like BlameF leaves his teammate hanging in the dry. Like, there's a mid aggression going on, Nog decides to go for a peek. Did he not spot the guy close? Oh my god, JBA is just on the edge of the smoke. He did not see it. Then he feels like full security and he just decides to go away. Dies for free. A very frustrating game for Nog, honestly, but BlameF decides to activate his lurk or like leave mid to go lurk towards A, which is viable thing, especially if you make a kill on mid and you suddenly reposition yourself to A side. It will screw up a lot of rotations for CTs and understanding what the round was supposed to be. I feel like he flashed for Nog. He did not see the guy coming close, so it's understandable maybe. Split up in 2v3, which I think it's a good approach. Sometimes splitting up in these clutches is gonna allow you to find more gaps where Crims could have gotten it, but you know, JBA was just jiggling CT and BlameF decides to save. Okay, do we have a B rush here? I'm looking to buy. This is like a half buy kind of thing. AK on Blame, Mac-10, Tech-9, and Deagle. 2 flashes coming over. Alrighty. Well, JBA just gets 3. And then Blamer with an AK did not even shoot a bullet when the round is over. Are we saving this? Without going for any economy advantage. I mean, he's already alone, so. But it's you see, like, you see these rounds where BlameF is the only guy with a gun, and I understand that the call might have been the B rush, but like sometimes when players are going to save AK and they're gonna take it to the next round as the only rifle, they would want to have some kind of opening tool. They would go for a move where they try to go for an opening instead of just letting your teammates take space for you in terms of B-Rush. So the best plan would be that the B-Rush is successful and people would drop out of windows, and then BlameF would stay in B-Apps and he would just aim everyone from the windows, right? Into the kitchen, for example, or towards short. Like, there's a lot of blinds that you can take with AK and you would have generally pretty good advantage in those duels. Nog was all the time kind of like playing against JPA unknowingly around the smoke. It's again that the first contact that Blame is going to get in these rounds. Well, the first bullet that he shot was quite literally in a 1v5, 1v4 situation. I know he was supposed to control this push in slope, but you know, he's like making it really, really hard for his teammates too. I would say that he is making it hard for his teammates in the sense that they need to take much more space than usual. Because one guy is activated a little bit later than pretty much any other lurker in the position that BlameF is playing. He's also almost never using nades to fake pressure his part of the map in order to buy timing or a forced play that his teammates could do at the other side of the map. For example, even the previous round, I'm actually going to go back and show you what I mean by that. There are some moments where I feel like it's clear that FNATIC is stuck. Okay? Wait, is this round? No, it's... I think it was this one where Crims died in a... Yeah, okay, so Crims dies in A-Apps, okay? He dies here, and I feel like there's a position where you could fake A with the amount of nades that BlameF is having in order to make sure that the boost in window, for example, is activated and the guy can actually jump into the window, because jungle guy, who is going to look for both connector and window, is going to be pulled a little bit towards A side, which gives in turn a timing for either Bodhi or Mattis, in this case Mattis, to just take the position and then kind of take more space. But because Blamev is literally not using any nades, it could have been, he has 2 flashes in HE. It could have very well be just flash in slope, drop down, clear slope close for yourself. You can maybe go back and do a lamp flash for yourself, and then maybe you can nade sandwich or something. You know, just do something to pull the CT's attention to you so your teammates can create the round. This is offered a lot from lurkers and people who are playing generally with their utility sets, and it's very team play-ish approach in my opinion, because you're kind of like alerting CTs that you're in a certain position, but that alertness is just a fake, so they lose this alertness elsewhere on the map, right? Finally, we have 5 AKs on on the side of FNATIC. Bodhi actually with that AK, I think this might be his first AK of the game. He gets an entry. Okay, he did not see the susp there. It's gonna be very hard, but yeah, that's a hard duel to win. But Nog actually trades. This is very good. Crims is not activated just yet. Okay, we have a window smoke. Crims was spotted and he also gets a kill. That's very good. This is 3v2 situation, which we're going to fumble somehow. Okay, Blame with the C4. I think they're gonna overlook this guy completely. Okay, first time I think Blame if ever dies into the back. I don't like this, by the way. Smoking the C4 would be, in my opinion, a little bit better, but are we going to boost there, really? Okay, that was the plan. Okay, they smoked the C4 as well, so the plan was kind of not that great, but yeah, overall that was Mirage. That was Mirage. Blamef with what, 2.2 KD and losing like that in the opener. It is what it is, but we found some rounds where it's debatable, you know? It's debatable how FNATIC are playing, in my opinion. Before we move to the next map, you might be wondering, what the hell are these headphones? These are new, STYKO. We've never seen that before, and yes, you are right. This is a sponsor segment, so Meze Audio sent me these 99 Classics Walnut Gold, and they don't look like gaming headset at all. They look pretty premium, pretty sleek design, not very robust looking, but honestly I was kind of impressed when they sent it to me, because I heard the clarity, I heard the sound quality that these are bringing, together with the boom mic as well, which is like super nice sounding microphone. It looks wonky a bit, but it actually fulfills the job of studio mic to a degree, so you can listen it right about now.
This is the Meze Audio boom mic. An omnidirectional detachable microphone that delivers natural sounding voice clarity with unmatched accuracy, ensuring you're being heard perfectly, whether you're gaming or working, or in some cases, both.
And I was a bit skeptical at first, but I've been using them for a few days and I've been pretty happy. So if you want to spoil yourself for Christmas or maybe late Black Friday, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below for exactly these headsets. They're really cool, and thank you Meze Audio for again sponsoring this content. STYKO free shipping is the code that you can do for obviously a free shipping to your door. Enjoy the Christmas. Let's get back into the video. Thank you. So we're moving a little bit forward in time. This is the last game. So we just watched Wildcard, which was the first game. Now this is the last game against Rare Atom. So again, a little bit different structure, but Rare Atom is definitely a team that team like FNATIC should be beating most of the time, but they just can't seem to find their groove. And let's see how it goes. Bodhi decides to take a little bit of an aggressive approach. Mattis with an insane 3k. Oh, okay. That was pretty nice how they just crawl. Oh my god. Very, very good pistol round from him. Good bait as well from the rest of the teammates on short. BlameF playing complete anti-flash position. Bodhi just above him. Taking first contacts. Moly. While we watch this sick double entry from ChildKing, did he like... He almost like know about this setup, and if Bodhi is there, he's kind of like immediately adjusting to BlameF, which he barely see. It almost feels like they know about this setup, that they like to run it. I'm not sure if they do, but it seems like they do. ChildKing just immediately snaps on the guy that he is still behind the corner. So what I was trying to say, that while we watch this double kill here, is that the pattern kind of reoccurs again, that where BlameF is just never the first contact, you know? It's never the first contact. And if there is a setup to be played, he's the one kind of reacting to what's happening. He gets this freedom to be kind of master of his own decision. That's smoke from Case. We're gonna ignore that. Maybe we will if they win this round. Oh, okay. They had another smoke, so it's all good. Okay. Good hold from Crims. 5-0. Really, really good start from FNATIC. What the hell is going to happen in this Inferno? Okay, BlameF is just mowing them down. A lot of different banana takes as well that just work flawlessly so far. And he decided going even for this repick. This is BlameF I want to see. Because this is against guns. This is exactly it. Now you might seem that you might think that like annoyed with the BlameF playstyle or something like that, but the reality is I think respect him a lot in a sense where I've seen like we've never had like kind of a talk one-on-one, like we barely met, right? But I remember in some Astralis vlogs he actually sat down with the team. This was a while ago, and I saw him talking about like his motivation, like how he's willing to work hard to achieve his dreams. He said, I'm just going to play a lot of Counter-Strike, I'm going to study the game, I'm going to give up everything else, real life activities, like girls, whatever. This was him saying it. I'm kind of like paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly which video it was from. So he's like kind of sacrificing everything he has to be successful in Counter-Strike. Alright, double molly again. Are we fighting? We are fighting, and goddamn, it almost worked. But I think BlameF here overestimated his speedy boots, because he thought maybe you can run through this molly and just fall back completely. But it's not in big of a danger. But he eats a lot of fire damage and some bullets in the process from ChildKing. Okay, that was avoidable death, I would say. This is... Sometimes this happens to me as well, what happened to Bodhi. Like, someone is just going through the smoke in full confidence, and I just can't seem to kill him. ChildKing actually bullies FNATIC's way back to the side. For the first time, they're not even attempting to fight for banana or retake it, even though they have 3 players here. So, for example, this is what I personally don't like that much. Like, Nog came here just to smoke. And that's why he gave up so much space on A, to the point where T's are going to bulk wrap unnoticed, it seems. Good brave from Nog, so it's not unnoticed. Crimson gets deleted immediately. Mat is good for 1 only. Alright, this is gonna be a very, very hard thing to retake, so I'll just make an overview. Where are the terrorists? double paid one side. Okay, it's actually good molly on Summer. Summer with a 0-10 half. Still 6-6. Still 6-6, very competitive. Just partly, he rejoins the forces on B side. But this molly is going to be super important. Especially when it's team molly. Look at the spread on it. Body the first in. Just complete shutdown. Complete shutdown from the CTs. Okay, so there's a... This is also pretty classic. The smoke that FNATIC are putting here. It's kind of their signature smoke. Heavy pressure now from blameF on Banana just to dump some nades. While we're walking towards long, but Summer hits a stunner. The trade was there, but... Yeah, well... Case is just not moving. Case is reading the game pretty well. I think Case is pretty good. Gets the last kill on Nog as well. Somebody buys second orb as well. Is he gonna just tank through? Oh no. I think Body was trying to... I think Body was trying to bait a little bit for blameF. But he missed his... Oh my god, what's that smoke? Who threw that? Okay. The Yank. I'm listening. That's the smoke? What's the... Look how huge it is. This might be the biggest smoke I've ever seen in Counter-Strike. It covers the whole banana. Wow. And also it's really weak. The smoke is really weak, so shooting through it will make bullet holes, so you can like kind of spot your positions that you choose to fight. But that's it, honestly. Like I think generally speaking, this might sound confusing really, but I think blameF was actually a better player in this Inferno. Like a lot of things that he did didn't work because of timing, sometimes because of economy, but I think like it felt more with intention, you know? Like he was fulfilling his role that I think he has on this paper. And it was quite nice to see in contrast to Mirage, which honestly he owned when it comes to frags and score, but a lot of that was of very little impact in my opinion. I'm gonna be blunt here, but maybe some of you will disagree with me, so let me know. But I saw a lot of tweets that blameF is the only player that is doing anything in this lineup and he should be the last one to blame, pun intended. And honestly, like, I disagree to a degree, because I can speak from position of a player that I would hate to play on a team with someone having this kind of playstyle. Like, I kind of never know what kind of a player am I gonna get. Am I gonna get the passive pack player that is playing for control, or am I going to get an aggressive one that is going to fight and he's going to search for fights, and then he's going to, you know, be less of a rotator, I would say. And I honestly have to say that the only winner, there is one silver lining from this whole FNATIC time in China. I feel like the only winner here is actually Afro, who gets the stickers and doesn't get the heat for this kind of result. If anything, it shows that his performance was not the thing that caused this turmoil in the beginning. So I guess there's that. And what is next? I have no clue. So we've seen some cryptic tweet from Crims, and he's basically just saying that the future is unclear. Rebuild is 100% needed, and I just hope they will not, as a FNATIC, they will not pull out from CS altogether for some time, because I've heard from a couple of sources that this might actually happen, but these sources are just like, I don't know, kind of like rumors, so don't dig too much into that. But I have to mention, I just don't feel like FNATIC shouldn't be at the big tournaments. I feel like that name is kind of iconic for Counter-Strike. It kind of pains me to where team of FNATIC is kind of performing right now. So I would honestly build around Maltis and Bloody. I think Nog doesn't fit as they need playmaking Oper. I think Blamef's playstyle is maybe unknowingly, but it is sabotaging everyone around him, or a lot of players around him. Like, very little players can be okay with this. And Crims is big question mark from me, because I think there might be some interesting players on the market that are younger and cheaper, and for the positions that Crims is playing, it would be good enough of a replacement, in my opinion. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, that's fine as well, let me know. I will see you in the next one. And this was a little bit different, but I enjoyed it. It was kind of a deep dive into analysis that I was doing when I was an analyst at the Blast tournament, for example. So I need to know much more of a backstory, of a playstyle, of a statistics, of numbers. And this is quite helpful for me, because I think we've come to a lot of interesting points and bullet points. So thank you for watching again. See you in the next one. Huge shout out to my coffee members for your continual support, so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here too, check out my coffee page, where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.